fighting admiral of World War II. In America's darkest hour, his task force launched the first strike against Japan. His controversial decisions cost the lives of many men. His men in ships fought in the Pacific, from Pearl Harbor to Tokyo Bay, and changed the face of war. William Frederick Halsey Jr. was born into a Navy family in Elizabeth, New Jersey on October 30th, 1882. Like his father before him, the younger Halsey attended the Naval Academy, entering Annapolis in 1900. From December 1907 to February 1909, Halsey served on the Battleship Kansas as part of the around-the-world cruise of Theodore Roosevelt's Great White Fleet. After being promoted to captain, Halsey was offered command of the aircraft carrier Saratoga. He signed up for the student's pilot course, despite eyesight too poor to pass anything but a rigged flight physical. He won his wings. At the age of 52, Captain William Halsey, naval aviator, took command of the Saratoga. Halsey, billed to his friends, had established a reputation for aggressiveness and risk-taking during a long career aboard destroyers. At dawn on February 1st, 1942, Halsey's Enterprise Task Force staged attacks against Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands, the first bombs of the war to fall on Japanese territory. Halsey was a reporter's dream. War correspondents quickly enshrined him as the nemesis of the Japanese. In April 1942, Halsey was told of a joint Army-Navy plan to retaliate against the Japanese for Pearl Harbor, an air raid on Tokyo. Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle of the Army Air Corps had been secretly training 16 Army air crews to fly B-25 medium bombers off the deck of an aircraft carrier. The main objectives of the Halsey-Doolittle raid were psychological, to boost American spirits and to shock the Japanese out of their sense of invulnerability. On both counts, it succeeded. When he arrived by seaplane on October 18, 1942, to begin his new job, he was handed a sealed envelope marked secret. Inside was a message from Nimitz, ordering him to take immediate command of all forces, air, land, and sea in the South Pacific. On November 26, 1942, William F. Halsey was promoted to full admiral, 4 stars. Halsey's force was renamed the Third Fleet. Its first objective was the Japanese airfield of Munda on the island of New Georgia in the Central Solomons. Halsey made up his mind that there would be no more fighting to capture enemy airfields. Instead, he would build new airfields and let the Japanese expend the effort and men in trying to take them. So began the island-hopping offensive of the Pacific War. By June 1944, the Navy's war in the South Pacific was largely over. Halsey had fought himself out of a job. His attention now turned to the Central Pacific. Halsey assumed command of the Third Fleet in August 1944. His flagship was the sleek new Iowa-class battleship New Jersey. The Third Fleet's first assignment was to help prepare for General MacArthur's invasion of Mindanao, the planned stepping stone to Leyte in the Central Philippines. The situation in the Central Philippines was unfolding rapidly. The Japanese Central and Southern forces had been detected, but Ozawa's Northern force was yet undiscovered. Halsey's Third Fleet had raced 300 miles north and then 300 miles back again between 2 major enemy forces without destroying either one. Meanwhile, the Japanese Navy failed to forestall the invasion of the Philippines. In mid-December, the Third Fleet withdrew from the Philippines. On December 18th, a previously misplotted typhoon hit the Third Fleet like a sledgehammer. The Third Fleet was as badly battered as if it had fought a major battle. Since May 1945, with the New Jerseyan overhaul, Halsey's flagship had been the Battleship Missouri. President Truman designated the Missouri for the formal surrender ceremonies. It was with special pride that Halsey, as commander of the Third Fleet, welcomed the distinguished visitors aboard his flagship on September 2, 1945 in Tokyo Bay. On September 5th, Halsey shifted his flag to the battleship South Dakota, which would bring him back to the United States.